What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica Hickson, and I spent 5 years working my way up to the top of an MLM before realizing they're just not all that they're cracked up to be. My goal with this channel is to rescue some Huns, to prevent some Huns from becoming Huns, and to also give those a voice who have left the Hunbot industry like myself. Since the ketones are such a hot topic on the talk, today I'm going to cover for you guys why they are virtually pointless in the way that they're being advertised. So if that sounds like something that would be interesting for you, then definitely keep on watching. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time that I post. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like this type of content, and of course, as always, if you wish, follow me on all social media platforms at @TheJessicaHickson.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling, and when you move.
Today's small business shout out is a pretty easy one. Today's small business shout out goes to Sam, who is a realtor out of Fort Hood, Texas. Sam also created and sells what she likes to call the Agent Survival Guide, which helps new and experienced agents get systems in place to help reduce the failure rate in the industry and hit the ground running. So if you're in the Fort Hood, Texas area, definitely give Samantha a shout. I will leave all of her links in the description below so she can take care of all of your housing needs. And back to the video. So if you guys haven't watched my last video, I'm gonna link it here or here, so you guys can go back and watch that if you want to, but it references what I'm talking about today. So essentially, if you're not on TikTok, if you are on TikTok, you probably know that the ketones have gone crazy on TikTok, and that's because one of the major creators on there, I think he has over 2 million followers now, but he started promoting ketones, and their goal is to target larger TikTok creators so that they can build their team faster. I know this because I was attempted to be recruited from someone in his downline who attempted to recruit me from one of my anti-MLM videos. Not sure what he thought was going to come of that, but the ketones are going crazy. So today I just wanted to lay out for you guys why they are virtually pointless in the way that they're advertising them. So in my last video, I covered a girl who used to be one of my favorite creators. Her and her husband are super funny together, but she started then posting about the ketones, and in the video that I covered in my last video, I covered one of her TikToks in my last video. And in that TikTok, she was essentially claiming that these ketones cured her anxiety and depression, and also made her lose a bunch of weight without following the keto diet. I'm gonna give you guys a refresher of the TikTok that I covered in my last video that's referencing the ketones so that we can just all be on the same page. All right, so if you watched my last video, you know that my problem with that was that she was claiming that the ketones cured her anxiety and depression and made her lose a bunch of weight without following the keto diet, right? So today I'm gonna break down for you kind of how the keto diet works, the idea behind it, and what the ketones are supposed to do, and what they're actually good for and what they're not. I will first start off by saying that I am not a doctor, I am not a dietitian, I am not a nutritionist, I'm not promoting the keto diet. I am just giving you some information that I found after I was curious, since all of these TikTok creators are claiming that you don't need to change your diet to cure your depression, anxiety, and lose a bunch of weight with these magical ketones. All of my sources will be linked in the description below, of course. Okay, so first, to give you an idea of what the keto diet is all about and what ketosis is. So the keto diet is essentially a high-fat, low-carb diet. So the typical average body relies on glucose to fuel itself. Glucose comes from carbs. If you're cutting out the majority of your carbs, your body has to find an alternative source for that fuel, thus burning fat and producing ketones. So ketones are something that your body naturally produces on its own when you're burning fat. So most people produce a lot of ketones or in ketosis when they're doing a hard workout or whatever. So when there's this shift in metabolism, that's when ketosis occurs. So the idea with the ketones is that you're putting these artificial ketones in your body, so you're tricking your body into burning fat because there are ketones present in your body. So you don't need to go low carb because your body's going to be burning the fat because you've tricked it into doing that by putting more artificial ketones in your body. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense because that's not how it works. But That's the idea behind the ketones and the keto diet. So now let's talk about the contents of the Pruvit ketones. So there's obviously ketones, artificial ketones that are derived in a lab, caffeine, which already like naturally speeds up your metabolism and can aid in weight loss to someone who is in a calorie deficit, medium chain triglycerides, say that 5 times fast, also known as MCT oil or coconut oil. And then I may be saying this wrong, but CMed 100, which is also known as cat's claw. Weird, but okay. Cat's claw, according to the National Institute of Health, is an Amazonian vine used to treat illnesses in Central and South America. So this ketones company also claims that their ketones help improve cognitive function and athletic performance. But the problem with this is that the study that they used was linked to only non-human subjects, or they used such a small sample size that it'd be nearly impossible to accurately measure the results of the study. So I think what a lot of people are mixing up here are the difference between ketonemia and ketosis. So I'm sitting here editing and just looked up how to say ketonemia because it didn't sound right to me, and turns out I said it wrong the entire video. So we're just gonna pretend that I'm saying it right and not point it out in the comments. Deal? Deal. So let's talk about the two. Ketonemia is the presence of ketones in your blood. Ketosis is the creation of ketone bodies in your body, in your liver. Your liver creates the ketones when you're in ketosis. So these exogenous ketones, the ketones that are produced in a lab and not naturally produced by your body, are actually just promoting ketonemia, so the presence of ketones in your blood. That means when you pee on your little ketosis stick, it will tell you that you're in ketosis because it put artificial ketones in your body, but your body wasn't naturally producing these ketones, so you're not actually in ketosis. So depending on how your body metabolizes the ketones, it's going to go back to its natural state anywhere from like 30 minutes to a few hours. So being in nutritional ketosis is the only way for the keto diet to actually work, because your body producing the ketones is what puts you into ketosis, which is burning fat. So drinking the ketones without actually being in ketosis is only going to tell your pee stick that you're in ketosis, but you're not actually in ketosis and burning fat, unless you're in a calorie deficit as well. So in conclusion, these artificial ketones that they're promoting all over TikTok will do virtually nothing for you other than maybe a little boost of energy from the caffeine. So you cannot have your cake and eat it too, as they're claiming. Sorry. I wish we could, I really do. And that's not to say that the artificial ketones are not beneficial at all. There are benefits to drinking the ketones, and I'll go over a couple of them, but one of them being like medical reasons. I know there are a couple people with different medical issues that being on a keto diet or having the ketones is beneficial for them. But if you're not following the keto diet in general, the ketones are absolutely pointless for you to drink. So for them to be advertising that you don't have to change anything about your diet, you can have your cake and eat it too, it's a huge false claim. You hear that, FTC? So a couple reasons they might be good aside from the medical reason would be, so if you're on the keto diet and you've kind of like hit your plateau, they might be that extra boost that you need to get over that plateau. Or the other reason might be to lessen the effects of the keto flu. So if any of you guys have ever started keto, I've never actually done keto fully. I have eaten a lot of keto recipes because I enjoy high fat and higher protein, low carb meals, but I've never actually followed the keto diet like strictly. But if you've ever done the keto diet, you know that for the first week or so, you're going through what people like to call the keto flu. So your body basically doesn't have enough ketones and it hasn't trained itself to produce more yet. So you'll feel really lethargic, you'll have probably a headache, you'll feel weak, maybe shaky, and that's because your body hasn't started teaching itself to produce more ketones yet. So by adding in the artificial ketones, you can maybe speed up the process of the keto flu and to also kind of trick your body into being like, okay, so this is how we're getting our fuel. Maybe I need to produce more ketones in order for me to get the fuel that I need. However, I've read conflicting statements about that it could actually do quite the opposite. Since you're giving your body these artificial ketones, it could say, well, I don't need to produce more because I already have all of these coming in and that's what I'm using as my fuel. So depends on what you read, what you look up, but I don't know. I don't really feel like the keto diet is a good diet to follow long term anyways. Maybe for someone who has a lot of weight to lose and needs to lose a lot of weight fast and then follow a different diet to maintain it, but I don't feel like the keto diet is a good nutritional diet to follow for someone who's looking for like long-term success. And that's just my personal opinion. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian, whatever. Aside from that, it may just give you a little bit of energy from the caffeine and then also help with the absorption of electrolytes because of the, oh gosh, I don't even know if I want to try pronouncing it. Let's see. The beta hydroxybutyrate, we'll just say the BHB. So the BHB help absorb electrolytes, so it might help you feel a little bit better during the keto flu. Other than that, don't waste your money because they're also going to try to recruit you if you try their ketones. Sorry about it. As I mentioned, I am not promoting the keto diet. I am not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I am not a nutritionist. I am nothing other than just a little girl who did some research before this video. But I will drop some non-MLM ketones in the description below. Like I said, I've never tried them because I've never done keto, but I know a lot of you guys may be tempted to try the ketones from TikTok because they're everywhere now. So I wanted to leave some options for you guys in the description. I've done a little bit of research on which ones are the best bang for your buck and like quality wise, so I will leave all of those in the description below. I know this video wasn't very long, but I just wanted to lay that out for you guys. One, because I said I would, but two, so you guys don't fall for the scam. So I hope this helped clear some stuff up for you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!